Right, let's go on a journey.
Right, I'm going to South Gosforth. My band has a gig at the Blacksmith Arms, so I thought, get the phone out, do a video, so let's go. Aye, right, hang on. Just manoeuvring. Right then, here we are in the BP garage in Shiremoor. Heading up Erston Road, going to South Gosforth to the Blacksmith Arms. Never been there before in my life. It's meant to be a good venue for a gig, so let's just see how it go. Okay then. So just before we kick things off, on the right there, Shiremoor Club. Had many an interesting evening in Shiremoor Club. Worked there for a bit. Good pal of mine, Ryan, and his family, his mum and dad, lived there for a very long time. And I lived there for about 6 months or something back in the day, and worked there. Had a really good laugh actually. Got some great stories. So a big shout out to me pal Ryan and anybody else who is associated with Shiremoor Club, whether it be an old customer, although to be fair, I don't think there'll be many of them left on the planet. And if there's any bar staff or anyone else who used to knock about there, big hello to you lot. We've just, before we went over that zebra crossing, there was a building on the left which was the Bluebell pub, aka the Flying Barstool. It was a bit rough around the edges back in the day, but that's now gone and is now flats. Just to the right here, where Heron Foods is, used to be the old scout hut, and that in fact was the original Shiremoor treat field as well, which is now just a little retail park. I don't know how much of it you can see, like, but there's a Sainsbury's there, got a chip shop, a couple of charity shops. Aye. So that's pretty much in a nutshell Shiremoor. Although this area, there's a metro station, Northumberland Park, which was built in the mid-2000s because of the new developments that are going on, or were going on around here. They're still building at that station because the new line that goes to, hang on, I'm in the wrong lane. The new line that's opened up, that goes to Ashton from Newcastle, passes through Northumberland Park, and there will at some point be a station there, which is great because, back to the old Carlin Premier story, there's a club in Ashton that serves Carlin Premier, so my plan is to jump on a train at Northumberland Park when it's built, go to that club and have some Carlin Premier. So there we are. Now, speaking of pints and alcohol, big shout out to a gentleman who goes by the name of Bart, who was my first customer, if you like, the first person to buy us a pint using the Buy Me a Coffee link, which you can see at the bottom or underneath my videos. So that's totally appreciated. Thank you very much. All the support does help towards fuel costs, etc., for me to go out and make these videos, so I do appreciate that. Bart, aka Daniel or Dan, is a chap I've not seen, I don't think, in 30 years. I used to go to school with him, used to sit on the same science table, which were always good lessons. Mr. Cooper was our science teacher at Monkston High School, and we used to enjoy winding him up because he come out with some hilarious anecdotes, like. But yeah, so yeah, I haven't seen Dan for 30 odd years, since I left school, and he just came across my videos by chance. So yeah, thanks again for the pint, and if anyone else would like to buy us a pint, there's a link below. just click on that. That would be awesome. Right, this area here was knocked up 20 odd year ago, 25 years ago maybe, because the original route to get to Benton would have been via Holystone. So this, I think it might be called the Holystone bypass. It might not be, but it is a bypass around Holystone to get you to like Asda, Rising Sun area. My car absolutely stinks because one of the kids has left their shoes in, their school shoes. I didn't even know. I'm thinking, what on earth is that smell? And yeah, there's a pair of shoes there, stinky shoes. Just putting the blower on because my windscreen's steaming up, and I'm conscious we've got the sun blaring straight at you, so you can pick up every little smear on my windscreen. So apologies if it's too loud. Just opened myself an energy drink there, in case you're wondering what that noise was. It's not lager. So this is Asda on the left. At one point in its lifetime, when it first opened, actually, was the Benton hypermarket. I'm sure it was a co-op. And I've seen an advert actually not so long ago on YouTube with Kathy Seckert, or Kathy Secker, I can't remember. An old Tyne Teas presenter, doing an advert for the Benton hypermarket. Back in the days when it used to have used to sell fridges and record players and all sorts of stuff. I actually remember going in there once, and they had home computers like Spectrums and Commodores and stuff, and I remember making a little program on it back in the day. If you turn right at these lights, and I think it's Newcastle Business Park, which is where I worked back in 2005 for Granger Games. Had many a good time at Granger Games. Probably too much of a good time because I ended up blinking, getting wrong off my boss. And yeah, ended up having to leave because I was not taking my job as seriously as I should. But that's another story. Right, anyway, onwards. Arrive at a roundabout in a moment, and turn right into that roundabout. You come to the range. Oh, there's a squirrel just crossing the road there. You come to the range, and what used to be the first bowling alley that I went to, Mega Bowl. It's now a JD gym now, but that was originally Mega Bowl, which opened up, I think it was 1990 or 91 or something. And like bowling alleys weren't that big in this country at the time, like to my knowledge anyway. And when that opened up, it was massive and rammed. And my first experience to go to a bowling alley was clat. So yeah, that's obviously long gone. P&G's on the right. Is it still P&G? Aye, Procter & Gamble. And then we're approaching the Newcastle United training ground. Just round this corner. There's like a left turning along here somewhere. This one here, it's the next one. Alright, just this left turn in here, just past this sign. That's the Newcastle training ground. And you've got Blue Flames on the left. Blue Flames is like a sports centre. It used to be the headquarters of the Northumberland FA, but they've now moved to near Holy Cross, St Peter's. I need to sort this camera thing out on my windscreen because it looks as though it's wonky again. If you can hear loads of creaking and stuff in the background, that's just me gear. Me amp, my guitars and that, they're just all piled in on the back seat, so they're like creaking around. It's not like my car's falling to bits, I know, because it's just been for its MOT. £477 later, it's fixed. Loads of brake pads and discs and stuff, all adds up like. So if you want to buy us 2 pints to cover the cost, no, only joking. Right, with the Black Bull on the right, I've done a few gigs in there before with my band. Black Bull, canny little pub. I haven't been in there for a while actually. Used to do a good pub quiz on a Monday, hosted by Keith Martin of Magic Radio. Shop on the left, Aiden House News Agency, was where I had my first paper round back in 1991. I used to live around here in a street called Manor Drive, but it was only for a couple of years like. I don't think there's a lot happening down this road, to be fair. Further down is what used to be called the Ministry, which was like where the Department of Work and Pensions was based. Actually, must have been 2009 I applied for a job there, and I was offered the job, and they said we'll get back to you with a start date, and I'm still waiting. So, God knows. The blower's back on again there. So this whole stretch that we've been on since just before Asda was the original, well it was known as the old coast road. Now I know there was always a coast road where the current 1056 coast road is, was it 1058, something like that, where that coast road is, there's always been a road there, but this was what used to be known as the coast road back in the day before the dual carriageway was put up. So I hear, obviously it was before my time. Oh, traffic lights. So down here is the infamous South Gosforth double roundabout. I remember doing my driving lessons and having to navigate across these roundabouts. It can be quite confusing if you're a new driver, but I think I've just about sussed it out anyway. Too bad this time of night. Here we go. bother. Right, we're now in South Gosforth. So we are almost where I need to be. Well, I'll end the video there because obviously it's going to be boring for you now, isn't it? So, sorry, I'll have to fix that. Never mind. Right, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Apologies for the abrupt end. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safely. Ta-da! Thanks for watching today. If you would like to help support the channel, you can do. You can click the link below to buy me a pint, and that helps towards the cost of fuel, travel expenses, etc. So I can keep on making these videos for you. Anyone that does buy me a pint will get a mention in the next video. So thank you very much again for your support. See you soon.